Apple Card is the credit card created by Apple. You earn 3% daily cash back up front when you use it to buy a new iPhone 15, AirPods, or any products at Apple. And you can automatically grow your daily cash at 4.15% annual percentage yield when you open a high-yield savings account. Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app on iPhone. Apple Card subject to credit approval. Savings is available to Apple Card owners subject to eligibility. Savings accounts by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by Columbia Sportswear. It's snowing again, and that wind chill is killer. But you're not worried about that because you shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection. It's warmth perfected with tiny gold dots that reflect your body heat inside and protect you from the cold outside. No snow or chilly temps can stop you now. Go out anyway. Shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection now at Columbia.com/infinity.
The holidays are a time to feel and create joy. And what could be more joyous than the look on her face as she unwraps a stunning new jewelry piece from Blue Nile? How about getting 50% off your purchase? Blue Nile offers premium quality, priced below traditional retail. Their online experts are available 24/7 to answer any questions and make sure you've picked the perfect gift. For a limited time, you can get 50% off at BlueNile.com. That's 50% off at BlueNile.com.
Saturday, Christmas comes early.
Unbelievable! Welcome to this incredible scene.
Bills.
To the end zone!
Chargers.
It's a touchdown!
An exclusive NFL game.
That's fantastic!
Live in primetime.
Wow!
Only on Peacock.
With a Christmas gift to their fans. They're having some fun now.
Bills versus Chargers. Saturday, 7:30 Eastern. Exclusively on Peacock.
Yeah. So, big news of the day. Seth Sinovic officially finally retiring. I shouldn't say finally retiring because nobody really wanted that. I still half expect him to come out of the stands to Seth Sinovic music and replace Luis Martins at some point.
Wait. There's Seth Sinovic music?
I don't know what it is, man, but there's got to be something.
There's not. This
is like a WWF style intro where like his music hits and the crowd pops and pyro goes off.
He comes running down through the stands, jumps over the benches, runs onto the field.
Does he slide on his chest, kind of like the celebration from the playoffs?
But Mike Tyson, you know what he used to come out to? One single solitary note. No song, just an ominous note. And that sounds more like Seth Sinovic to me. I'm back, man.
That you said nobody ever wanted it to happen. I just never thought that it would happen. I thought he would play until the end of time.
I think he still might come out of retirement, man.
He already sometimes looked like a zombie while playing, looked like the undead running around out there, but yeah, I never thought it would happen. He tried to quit a couple times and they pulled him back in.
Yeah, and I will say on Twitter, on our Facebook page, in the comments everywhere, they're always like, get Luis Martins off the field, cut Amadou Dia, put in Seth Sinovic. And I'm like, guys, have you seen Seth play? Well, he hasn't played. I guess that's the thing. He's not getting minutes.
But I mean, how many people do you think in the stands with, Martins, who has been improving, playing there? How many people in the stands have had Seth Sinovic just in the back of their head? I wish he was out there.
You could go to the Cauldron Facebook page 25 years from now, and someone will still say that Seth Sinovic should be playing at left back.
That'll probably be one of us, though.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say, it'll definitely be me, but someone will be doing it. I promise you.
We should come up with like a song for Seth, though, in case he does have that music moment, to come running through the stands and jump on the field.
How about a Seth Sinovic favorite moment? Who has a Seth Sinovic moment they want to share?
Well, I remember a press conference where Seth had re-signed, and all the people, Vermees and I think Zuzi, maybe Beasler, talked before Seth came on to talk to the press, and they were all picking on Seth about how regimented he is with his yoga and his stretches, the way he does everything. And, that's just funny to me, number one. Number two, it kind of just fits with Seth, I think. He's regimented. He fits. He does this what he needs to do to do what he does. That's Seth to me.
That I'm sure you have to have something.
Well, the Chad referenced the slide in the celebration. That's one of my favorite photos that I've taken. And Mike always brings that up whenever Seth mentions that picture. After he scored, he slides towards the side. But the coolest thing about it, because he's this weird slide, right? But the coolest thing about it is the security guard that's in front of him just going, yeah, and yelling in celebration with him. So that's one. But there's one day I was like going back and looking through some old photos trying to find something. And I noticed I had a scrimmage between Creighton and the Wizards. And it was Seth Sinovic throwing the ball. It was a picture of Seth Sinovic throwing the ball in during a scrimmage with the Wizards.
Oh, nice. That goal that you're talking about with that celebration, that's the extra time goal against New England.
It's a goal against New England, yeah.
That's my moment. But Bob, go ahead. What do you got?
Oh, I was just going to ask, would we have won MLS Cup 2013 without that goal?
No. No, and it did not feel like that goal was going to come. So, yeah, that's my Seth Sinovic moment. That was the first game that I was ever in the Cauldron.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my
Finally old enough for you, Cody?
He had a fake ID.
Right. And so this was like, this was pre-Blue Testament time and all of that. And I was like talking about, the game was that day and I wasn't even going yet. And I was at Chipotle talking about this game and I was all excited. And some woman next to me was just like, oh, here, I have 2 extra tickets for the Cauldron that night. And I was like, what? Yes, hell yes. Took these 2 tickets. And my friend was coming in from St. Louis that day and he was like way late. We didn't get to this game until literally halftime. Walked into the stadium at halftime. But it was okay because it went in extra time. So we got all the bonus soccer anyway. And that was still to this day the most packed I've ever seen the Cauldron. And we were just in the rows on the stairs, which you could never do nowadays. But man, that goal, it seems so desperate. You know that the playoff soccer feel, there's just that sense of desperation, like every tackle's left out there longer, and just you can just feel this building in the Cauldron. And it didn't feel like this winner was going to come. I think they had to score 2 to come from behind in that game, right? And Seth scored that goal right in front of us, and I will never forget the way Graham Zusi just let that ball slide off the top of his head, nodded it back to him, knew right where it was. Seth just one-touched it, never any doubt. From a guy that never scores goals, it was the most surefire, put your foot through that ball, I'm scoring this goal. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. And then, yes, I had the picture that you took that eventually became a tifo from the Cauldron from that game. Oh, what a moment.
Yeah, I love that story. That's a fantastic story. And like the fact that you missed half the game, you need to get better friends because that's ridiculous that you missed half a playoff game. Like, come on, man. But hey, what a crazy story to get to see that and react to that. And just, Seth only scores big goals, right? He's got 1 MLS regular season goal ever. And does he have multiple playoff goals? Like, that's just 2, what he does.
Yeah, I think it happened. Two very big playoff goals, I think it was. Yep. And the other part of that was because the Cauldron was so packed. Like my friend was on the stair in front of me, so I was like one above him, looking over his shoulders. And after the pandemonium of this goal, just absolute insanity. I don't even remember what happened, but they finally, like, the kickoff is finally about to happen again. Everyone's cleared out, and like I'm just like looking around. I'm looking up. I somehow am now on the front row. My friend is like 5 rows behind me. It literally looks like a tornado has gone through there. There's beer thrown everywhere. There's food spilled. Like, oh my gosh, it was just that. That still is one of my, I think that's one of my peak Sporting KC fandom moments and it's still from Seth Sinovic, of course.
And another beautiful thing about that was against his former team that cut him.
Yeah. The team that he said he would rather quit than have to go play for it, right? He was gonna, yeah.
And then he played for them again as his final team.
Years later, yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, they will be recognizing Seth at halftime of the game Sunday, so don't miss it.
All right. Any other extra time nonsense, gentlemen?
Yeah, one random thing that saw on MLSsoccer.com. I hate to give them credit for anything, but I will on this one. They had like the players that were snubbed or done dirty or whatever for on their FIFA 22 ratings. And you know who was the player from Sporting they picked? Fontes. Oh. They gave him a 30 pace rating for.
Well, what's his overall rating?
70. So pretty good.
That's pretty good.
In
and the
MLS
man is
terms.
slow. I mean,
What's his passing rating?
Who's arguing it should be like much faster? Because I do not want to be on the team of arguing that Fontas should be faster.
I think Fontas.
Well, that's the slowest one in MLS, though. I mean, isn't there a keeper that would be slower? I mean,
I think Fontas could beat one of us.
Oh, he could beat me for sure. I'm not fast.
Okay, two of us.
I'll beat all you fools. I
Yeah,
bet
running.
30 is the minimum in MLS. I bet they don't even give keepers slower than that.
I will look into that, but that makes him the second rated defender on the team because Ilie, technically a defender, I guess, right now is a 73.
Oh, good. Ilie got some respect.
Do
That's a good score
goalkeepers
for
get a
Ilie.
speed rating in FIFA?
That's a fantastic question, Robert. And it looks like the answer is yes. Tim
do
Melia is
they?
a 37. He's 7 faster than Fontas.
Hey, but so see, I guarantee you that's a different scale, right? Because aren't keepers going to be rated differently on how quick they come out and like how on things like that?
the quick burst.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe his speed is more about his explosiveness, but then 37's really slow in that regard, right? That's got to be foot
Yeah.
speed. I won't pretend I understand how the ratings fully work. I read a really good article on it once where they basically like, if you're a good player, but then you come to MLS, you get knocked down. But if you go to a bigger league, even if you're a worse player, you just get a bump because that league is better.
Well,
Yeah.
they have to
So like
do it.
Buzio will probably bump dramatically in Serie A.
Yeah, they have to do it like that, or it just doesn't. The gameplay wouldn't make sense otherwise, just because of the way they have it set up.
Well, we've been talking about wives and things. I'm sure Fontas' wife appreciates the fact that he is, over the long term and not a quick burst. So good for him.
Oh no,
Robert. We're talking about bad tingling and Shallowy's pair, and now we got this.